Don't know how to send out a blast, what you do is you go to your profile page. So go ahead and go to your profile page. Go to the favorites tab on your profile page. After that, select fans. That's a funny word, isn't it? Select fans, though. Select fans. You'll have next to it the people that you favorite. Thank you so much for the lizard boy. There you go. Thank you. And yeah, let your fans know that you're live. So suit it up. Up is live. And any of you who want to send out a blast, I appreciate that. You can hit the little share button down at the bottom. You can hit the little share button down at the bottom, and let people know that way. All right, everyone. I'll give it a second here before we start to crack into all the announcements and things. There's so many things to talk about. There are so many things to talk about. I know that Mike and Bri are definitely going to not have much to talk about, so I knew I needed to fill time. I'm just messing around with them. I like these guys. I had an opportunity to meet them both the other day, and they were fantastic gentlemen. And they actually pinned me down and they bullied me. They threatened me with a swirly, and they said, "Chris, if you don't put us on the show, we're gonna give you a swirly. We know where you live." And I said, "All right, it's done. It's done." So in case you didn't know, I was under threat of swirly. That's how they got on here. Big shout out to we had a few people the other day. I ran a small little affect the live gimmick, right? I said you can pick what I wear. You can pick what I wear on the next episode of Suited Up. And so the first response was red, and the second response was pastel. So I hit you with the pastel with the tie, as well as with the shirt, and we took the red jacket, right? And you got a red blend between there and there, right? So there we go. That was the blend. All right, let's go ahead and crack into some announcements. For those of you who've never been here before, thank you for go that way. All right. Those of you who've never been here before, my name is Chris. This is Suit Up. This is a show we do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your current show lineup, in case you were curious, what programming. Count how many times I make Play-Doh snacks, everyone, by the way. This is the new game. I've realized this. I watched back some recordings of the things that I do. Check back how many times I make Play-Doh snakes. I also added the smiley face thing, so that way it kind of like signals, hey, you're doing it again, and I know to stop. It's like I don't know. It's a bad little thing. Like I'm up to plan. Anyway, all right, here we go. So the current show stack: Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You've got Painting Night with Mia. She's an artist. She creates things. She does it in real time. You can follow her on it and go on a painting journey with her. She's very talented. Also, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is On Air with Choff. Choff is a real-life radio DJ. He's on actual airwaves in some of the biggest markets in Canada. And you have the opportunity to be on the radio with him, have your hot takes recorded and broadcasted. Super cool, super cool. Tuesday nights at 7 p.m., Beyond Magic with Bob. Bob is an illusionist. He's a magician. Bob's a magician, an illusionist, and a sleight of hand expert. Go on there. Go on his show Tuesdays at 7. Have your mind blown. It's incredible. Also Tuesdays, it's Get Fit with Allie and Ashley. It's the home edition. Get Fit with Allie and Ashley. They're showing you how to work away that quarantine bod. I thought I'd get to stop using that reference like 7 weeks ago, but nope, still here. All right, so we're just going to keep going with it. At Home Edition with Allie and Ashley, that's at 10 p.m. every Tuesday. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's Not Fit with Chris, and he covers it up with a suit. All right, Thursdays, Gore Couture with Carmen Sandiego. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's a makeup effects artist. She did Pride Month, had a bunch of cool themes. Now we're in July. She's been doing some gore effects. The other week, she did a Dalmatian design where she had leopard print, Dalmatian print on her face. It was very cool. So check her out. That's at 8 p.m. Fridays, it's The Rundown, hosted by this Chris guy again. And what happens on The Rundown? Contest updates, new feature reveals, rumor busting, top tips, especially aimed at people who are looking for that top badge. Oh, and speaking of top badges, we announce top badges in real time on Fridays at 3 p.m. So you can learn who's getting their top badge in real time. It's the coolest. And wrapping things up every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's Theme Stream with Holly. Holly brings you all the coolest get-ups and outfits get ups. Has anyone ever said to you, I like your get up, and it wasn't said ironically? Let's bring it back. Get up 2020. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about some new things. Last week I talked about lighting. We're not going to go over that. There's too many other things to talk about. Let's talk about the new gifts that came out last week. There was the martini gift coming in at 5 coins. The milkshake coming in at 1,000 coins. I like the milkshake one. It does a little twirl. It's like, look at me. It's just a little pizzazz. It doesn't just like scoot in. It twirls in. And that's neat. All right. And then the casino. Someday I'll grow up. My voice won't crack. The casino gift at 10,000. Very nice. Very nice. All right. What other contests were going on? Oh, I don't know. Did anyone hear about this Battle Games thing that happened? It feels like life before Battle Games was such a distant memory, but it started just almost 6 days ago, was the beginning of Battle Games. The Battle Games were epic. They ran on a proportion that no one had ever seen before. Records were broken. Make sure you tune in on Friday. I'm going to give a full play-by-play of some records that were shattered, some cool metrics, as well as the winners and how people got to the winning bracket. But overall, after a final showdown between Panic and Not Vodka had smashed her castle both metaphorically and physically. She had a whole costume. It was crazy. She blew up a castle, and because of it, she won. That was really cool. All right. So congratulations to her. There was also the Win the Weekend contest this past weekend. Battle Wars played a little bit into some of those winners, as you could imagine. But let's talk about a few new contests. All right, so everything I'm about to talk to you about, I haven't talked about before, save for one a little bit. I don't even know where to start. Which one is the most exciting? I don't know. Which one's the most exciting? Let's start with this one. Win a date box. Win a date box. So currently, if you have a quarantine honey, a cutie, or whatever, maybe you just recently found that special somebody, or you've been dating somebody special, whether it's at a distance or you are physically in each other's presence, all you have to do is post a photo of you and your partner in it and tag Meet Me and tag tag the Happily company. It's super cute. Check out the winners as they roll. They're going to give away a lot of these boxes. I encourage all of you to just take a moment, check out the Win a Date box from Happily. They all have these little themes, and they're nice and sweet, and I really wouldn't know much about it, but some of you might, and some of you might be very good at it. I bet Turk would be good at that. Sheesh. Did you see that the other week with Renee and Turk? It was amazing. It was amazing. On the hunt for love. All right. Let's get to some really spicy details, everybody. Let's talk about these. So, you may have seen teased some sneakers. What if I told you that you had the opportunity to win either a Meet Me, a Scout, or a Plenty of Fish low or high top Air Force One custom colorwayed by your platform? So if you're on Meet Me, you'll win a Meet Me pair. If you're on Plenty of Fish, you'll win a Plenty of Fish pair. If you're on Scout, you'll win a Scout pair. How do you win? How do you win one of these awesome pairs of shoes? How do you do it? You have to be the top gifted person of that respective day, okay? Now, remember, it's only awarded to someone who had not already won. So let's say Tiffany, Leanne right there, and Bailey down there. The first two names I saw. So let's say Tiffany is in first place, and she already won a pair of shoes. And Bailey was in second, and she had not won a pair of shoes. Bailey would win for that day. So only one pair of shoes will be awarded to that winner. Which makes that super exciting is that there's no way to tell how many pairs of each will be made. There could be more Plenty of Fish shoes made if there's more Plenty of Fish winners. There could be more Meet Me shoes made or Scout shoes made. Who knows? So start taking some guesses as to who you think will start to place in this. But there has to be a good way to know who's winning. There has to be a good way to know what the leaderboards look like. What if I told you that starting this weekend, all contests will be featured in real time on your streamer profile. You can know what your placement is in a contest. And we're kicking it off with the real-time contest. Straight to the point. No guesswork about it. The real-time contest. 60 winners, 1.4 million diamonds to the winner. Get out! I'm done. 1.4 million! 1.4 million diamonds is going to the winner of this contest. If you want it, we saw some snipes were popular. We saw snipes were popular at the end of the Battle Wars. Throughout the Battle Wars, snipes were popular. Can you imagine weekend contest snipes now? It's a whole new game, everybody. It's a whole new game. It's a whole new game. So if you want a slice, I saw Jim B come through here. We saw Jim B. If you want a slice of the winnings, make sure that you look on your profile. Now, there's a full breakdown of how the real-time contests work. You can also see previous contest winners with this new tool. It's a very, very, very cool streamer tool. Even if you are not a streamer, but you like to support your favorite streamers, while you are viewing their stream, you will be able to see their placement. So let's say you just so happen to be a fan of, or a friend of Jim B, and Jim B is live streaming. You can see what place Jim is in the contest and gift him to help him get up his numbers, his ranks. So it's super cool. It's super cool. Jim, do you want to talk about Battle Wars today, or do you want to talk about it Friday? I'm sorry. Yes, because I already said Friday, because I didn't ask you about today. But yes, that's the updates, everyone. So make sure that you tag your quarantine bae, your quarantine significant other, on Instagram to potentially win a date box. It's so cool that it is being ran. But at this time, we're gonna go ahead and bring our first guest, I think. All right, so we've got 3 guests. We'll go ahead and talk about the Battle Wars a bit later. But one more time, special shout out to the winner, Not Vodka, and her excellent showdown with Panic. But at this time, we're gonna go ahead and bring in our first guest tonight. So you may have seen him before at the gym prior to all of this quarantine action. But today, everybody, Mr. JC Aesthetics. That's a tough one. It's like JC Aesthetics. Are you in the building, my friend? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first guest tonight, the one and only Mr. JC Aesthetics. There we go. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. If I may have you swap sides.
Yeah. Like this. Like
other way. It's a reverse situation. There you go.
Really?
I want to make sure. Yeah. It's a reverse situation. I want to make sure that you have the limelight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's great to meet you. Excited to have you on.
So finally.
Fine. Well, if you're talking to Mike, finally it's a different story. But yeah, we had to have a couple reschedules.
Yeah. True. Apologize about that.
It's okay. Part of one of the reasons you had to reschedule, we'll talk about potentially tonight, which is a really exciting reason to have to reschedule. But for the people who haven't met you before, will you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is JC. I'm a personal trainer from California. I've been doing it for about 12 years. I also do a little bit of acting and a few other things, but personal training and acting is my main focus right now at the moment.
Nice. And how long have you been in the live streaming world?
I'll say like 2 months.
2 months. So the quarantine kicked things off for you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, well let's dive into a little bit of the story before you were a live streamer, because it's fairly recent and you have a whole lot of life that built up to that.
Definitely.
You mentioned that you like to do acting and that you were a bodybuilder. Which came first, or did one come as a consequence of the other?
Well, actually, I played sports my whole life. Typical story. I played baseball mainly, and so got to high school. It was something that I really wanted to pursue as far as I could. And I was like 120 pounds, so I was like the skinny kid growing up. And I started working out around junior year. and I fell in love with weight training. Like, I started reading about like all the muscle magazines and the different training methods and nutrition, like trends that there were at the time. And I just truly like got obsessed with it, and I started seeing like the progress, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
And
When did
you
that
mentioned
become something
bodybuilding.
else?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're okay. You're okay. There's a little bit of a delay sometimes, so
Yeah.
we'll kind of talk over each other, um, because obviously I'm very rude. When did you take the bodybuilding part serious, or when did the sport thing become serious? Was it always competitive, or did it take a turn at one point?
It's like I said, I started following the sport like bodybuilding, exactly. And like I said, I became obsessed and fascinated with it. So I started seeing the progress, and I decided to set a goal for myself and step on stage. And so what happened was, I think I was like 19. I was like 150 pounds. I felt I was ready to compete, and I did it on my own actually, which was pretty crazy because I had like no experience doing that. And I came in second place actually my first show.
Wow.
It's like it is considered bodybuilding, but men's physique portion, because I know there's probably people out there who like are like, he's not a bodybuilder, he's not that big, but I would still consider it bodybuilding.
For sure, for sure. Can you describe what goes into men's physique training versus bodybuilding, or what type of discipline you have to have?
It's pretty similar actually. I would say the only difference is the amount of like quantities of food that you eat. So obviously bodybuilders are a little bit bigger, whereas men's physique athletes are more like kind of like a fitness model, kind of like Abercrombie model, like more like some more presentable, marketable look, I guess,
Sure.
than bodybuilding.
Okay.
But it's similar. It's just diets and training nonstop, 24/7.
Wow. Wow. And the acting part. So how does that come into play?
So yeah, so like in my early 20s, I started acting, I guess maybe like I want to say like 3-4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just through like meeting the right people. Kind of just got lucky with it, I've been casted because of my physique mainly. I've never had like acting classes or anything like that, but
Okay.
I've been really lucky because I got a few like roles on small shows, some short films, and I actually qualified for my SAG-AFTRA status my first year of acting. Which
Congratulations.
is, yeah, thank you. Like if you're an actor, that's your like biggest goal is to join the union.
Okay. Uh, Take us back to the beginning. What was that standout moment, that first break, the moment where you said, "Oh, I could be doing something here."
I want to say probably like the first thing I ever did actually, which was like a short film, and like I just saw myself, taking that, and pursuing it further. And it's not hard. It's really easy actually.
Well, hold on. I feel like you say it's not hard when you've already done all the homework. It's like if you go to take a test and you've studied or you not studied. So you had the right type of tee up in order to get into it. You've done all the
Well,
physique training.
yeah, like the physique part wasn't really so much like it didn't really help me out as far as like being on set. Yeah, I got casted because of my look, but what I mean by that is like everyone's worked like normal jobs. I used to work at Starbucks, like when I first started working, and I feel like you kind of act, when you like are around customers. So like customer service jobs, you could be having a bad day, but you can't really show that, to your customers. So I feel like in a way that's kind of an act. So I've been doing that for many years.
All right, all of you people at Starbucks, Outback, Applebee's, prepare for your SAG inductions. You're on track. Um, let's fast forward a little bit to some of the more notable things that you've done. So, in your acting experience, what have been the highlights, or if you had to give us a play-by-play of some of the favorite things that you've done, what have they been?
Definitely. Okay, so I told you I played baseball my whole life. So my favorite thing to date is being on the show Pitch, which was on Fox a couple of years ago, actually. It
Okay.
only lasted one season, but it was about the first female baseball pitcher in Major League Baseball. And the home team was the San Diego Padres, which I grew up in San Diego. So for me, that was kind of like a dream come true because I was one of the players on the Padres throughout. So I come out throughout the whole season actually, and it was just a lot of fun working at the actual like stadium and just being in San Diego.
You're cool. Wow. What has been one of the most surprising or challenging things in your acting career so far?
Definitely going to auditions and thinking I did amazing, and I was pretty confident I was going to get the part, but not getting the call.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has there been-
So you got to definitely like be not take it so personal, you know, when you go to these auditions because they have already like somewhat of a look or person they want to get for that role, and you know it doesn't matter how you do. I guess you know just might not go your way, but there's so many opportunities. I guess you gotta know how to like fail, you know.
we call it fail forward, right? So you fail.
Yeah,
fail.
because I mean it's one of those things like just gotta try your best, you know. But
Definitely.
if it happens, it happens.
Oh yeah. Has there been one that was a particular big letdown, or one that was really special to you, motivated you?
It was actually pitched. I auditioned for one of the players actually originally, and I was extremely confident, especially with my baseball background, because they wanted someone believable. And so I didn't get a call back actually, but I did get a call back to be a stand-in for one of the main actors on the show, which actually, so we kind of like look alike. So basically like what a stand-in is, he does like the rehearsals like pre-shoot. And then that way they set up all the frames and camera work, and then the real like actors take the spots. But I started actually talking about baseball with some of the main cast and kind of giving them advice on how to actually, you know, throw a baseball, make it believable, because they weren't really like athletes in real life. And so like one of the producers actually noticed that and started asking me questions. And so then I got switched from the stand-in to actually part of the actual cast as one of the baseball players.
I started laughing because you said acting and throwing a baseball and making it look believable. I was like, if I was able to pull off throwing a baseball and make it look believable, that would be like Oscar nomination, because there's no way that I'd ever like the baseball would fly behind me, roll down into a ditch. There's no possible way. I don't know. I don't even know if I actually know how to even hold a baseball, let alone throw it. Let's jump forward a little bit. You said 2 months ago you joined the app. How did you find out about the platform?
I actually was contacted by someone from Meet Me, Scott. I'm not sure if you know him.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. So he brought up the app.
I love Scott. I know who he is.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. If he's watching, what's up, Scott? But yeah, so he basically introduced me to the app and all the, you know, the positives and benefits from it. And so I tried it out and actually ended up liking it a lot.
Nice. Had you had any experience streaming, or was acting kind of your leg up into getting to understand streaming?
No, I've never done any sort of streaming. And actually, like for me, it's still a little bit awkward, even as we're doing this. Just the whole like, you know, people watching behind the screen and you can't see them, but you can see what they're saying and they're watching you. And I've never really been like Mr. Personality or, you know, like Mr. Jokes or whatever. So I've always either been doing baseball or fitness. So I consider myself kind of boring, and I figured no one was going to want to watch, but I've had like some pretty cool like people, you know, jump in my streams and stuff. So
Do you feel like you have had some confidence issues despite being a physique model that you were combating as you started streaming?
No, I don't think it's so much that. I think it's like I think I have like social anxiety.
Really?
And yeah, even though it's weird because I do the acting, I've done the personal training for so long. But when it comes to those things, I know, I guess, what to expect, and I tell myself like these are all the possibilities of what could happen by doing this. So I prepare myself. But when like I just jump in on here, like I have no clue what's going to happen. It kind of like I guess makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, I follow. You never know what you'll get when you pop into the box, or you start.
Yeah, and or in real life as well. That's why I've always been like a night owl. I would do all my grocery shoppings like late at night. I work out late at night, so when
Just
there's
to
less
not be
people.
around people.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't like people. It's just like I just get nervous, I guess, not knowing what can happen. If that sounds super weird, but
No,
I've
I
always been
I
kind of
get it,
low
get
key.
it. Well, let's talk about some of your streams then. So you started doing it. You were a bit nervous at first. Where do you feel like you're at with it now? What are your streams like? What do you do?
Well, I have like what's called the daily pump. So Monday through Friday, I usually try to stream my workout,
Okay.
and so I just basically just go through an entire workout of what I do. And lately, unfortunately, it's been at home because of quarantine. But it's basically it's fitness oriented, and then I mean occasionally I'll jump in randomly throughout the day and just do like a trivia night or different activities.
Yeah. What
Yeah, I
advice
like
do
to
you
mix it up.
What advice do you have for people who have gone through the quarantine, maybe, and I can't relate to any of this, but eating Taco Bell potentially for most of their meals and don't remember the last time they did a sit up and going down the stairs puts them out of breath. What advice do you have to somebody like that?
As
I'm talking
far
about
as like,
what advice
as
do you
far
have?
as like,
What advice do you have for getting back into shape, to shaking off the quarantine fluff they may have put on?
well, definitely pace yourself. You don't want to start, too fast and then just like, unmotivate yourself.
Mhm.
It's, one thing I love about fitness is it's a journey. So it's not something that you accomplish overnight. It's something you have something to look forward to every single day. And for me, like that's the way I look at it. I don't
Yeah.
really, I don't really need to motivate myself to go and work out. It's just like it's something I love to do, and I've always done it for myself. So basically, I guess do it for yourself, no one else.
hmm There's the cliche. It's not a habit. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, and it's somewhat true, definitely.
Okay. Well, going forward, what's your feelings on streaming? I mean, you said you'd like to be part of this show, so maybe you're trying to make an investment into your live streaming. Where would you like to go with it?
Well, I think what like everyone's top goal on here is to become like a top streamer. I'm
Mhm.
still getting like familiar with all like the keywords and like the gifts and all that, but I guess whenever I try something, I definitely try to go 100% on it and accomplish whatever there is
Yeah.
to be accomplished. So definitely be like you one day on here. That would be my biggest goal.
I don't know how much you like to sweat, so I don't know if you want to be like me, but that's very nice of you. Thank you. Anything that you'd like to shout out, talk about, go over before we start to wrap up our conversation?
No, I mean like I'm willing to help anyone out, whoever has questions, regarding fitness or anything else. I'm on here, JC Aesthetics, or on Instagram a lot, JC Aesthetics as well. Basically, this guys, be yourself. Don't ever try to be someone you're not, and be confident in yourself as well.
So don't be like me. No, I hear 100%. I hear 100% what you're saying. So JC, if I'm sorry, everyone, if you have not favorited JC, am I pointing the right way? This way? Yes. If you've not favorited JC, please click that little button there. Hit him with a star. Get some excellent workout tips. Talk about life, how to go about the best things. But thank you so much, JC, for being a part of it.
Thank
It's been
you,
really
Chris.
awesome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Much love.
I'll see you
All
later.
right, that's JC, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Much love. That's JC Aesthetics, everybody. That's JC Aesthetics. In these conversations, I don't comment, but I appreciate them. I definitely appreciate them. So our next two guests tonight, they're a bit of a tag team. They're a little bit of a tag team. And you get to find out. In fact, you may have heard me announce the quarantine or the win a date box. I am nominating these two to potentially be the winners of the win a date box. They are the homies. They are best of friends, but we're gonna get it in two parts. The first one, the one and only, hashtag Bry for something. Bryson, let's go. How's it going, sir?
What's up?
You're looking dapper.
I had to show you up on your show, man. I think I'm going to take over for this one. I'm going to interview you. Don't worry about him up there. I'm just kidding.
No, he could. Many have tried to flip the script. It's true.
You think me? You wait till the next person that might have to show you up.
Oh,
I've seen his.
You have? Did you not want to leave the house wearing the same outfit?
No, I just
Yeah, right.
like 20 minutes before I got on here.
Hey, oh, well, it looks good. It looks very good. It looks very good.
Thank you.
All right, I'm poking a lot of fun, but for the people who have not met you, will you please introduce yourself?
I am Bryson, and I just go live on here. I actually am enrolled in college. I play college football. I played sports my whole life. I would say I'm very eccentric. Like am out there. I like talking a lot. I'll talk more than Chris during this whole time. I don't know how Mike will be, but yeah, that's about it. I'm pretty boring other than that.
You're eccentric but boring. It's a fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun pair. Okay, well, that's a new one. So that's my first time interviewing someone who self-describes himself that way.
Okay.
No, you have your own flavor to you, and I'm not talking about your hair. Bri, I need to know. All right, so Bri, we need to know how long have you been a live streamer for?
4 months.
For 4 months. For 4 months. Wow.
I think a week right before quarantine was set in.
Okay, and how did you originally find out about the platform?
So I originally was doing TikTok. I wasn't doing it like crazy like that, but I was kind of growing really fast. And then I was doing lives on there. And I guess someone through here saw me do live on there. And they said, like, I had so it's not like this where the views never go down. I mean, never, so the views are always like who's in there at the time. So I'd have like 50 to 60 people, comments blowing up. I'd read them all off, and I just had this hyper like energy to me. And they said you'd be really good like on this other app, and I checked it out. And ever since then, I've been doing it. I quit TikTok. That's boring to me.
Nice. I mean, or whatever. So, Bri, you mentioned you're a sports guy. What's the sport of choice, or college football? Anything else that you do?
Yeah, well, I played baseball too. I just played baseball and football my life. Baseball was more of my thing. I started that first. I was really invested in the baseball, but then football just became more of a love when I got the fact that I could hit people. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I just decided to take up football. And now I got recruited out of high school to play college football down in Florida. I was in Florida for 6 months actually, and then the program got shut down actually due to the coronavirus stuff. They had to cut funds, and now I have 2 school of choices that I've been recruited by since then. School up in Chicago called Lake Forest, and a school in Iowa called Morningside College.
Oh, wow. And what position do you play? Not that I would possibly know what it even means when you
safety. I play safety.
Safety.
So if you could, I don't need to ask you. You probably won't since you said that.
Let's try.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Not even close.
Okay, never mind.
I know what Barry Sanders is.
That's okay then.
It was Barry Sanders a running back?
Yeah,
okay.
running back.
Okay. My dad's proud. Somewhere out there, my dad's proud. Okay. All right. So you're a sports player. You go to college in Florida. Are you Are you still staying in Florida? Moving around? What's kind of
right now? Right now, I'm back in my parents' house. But I think in the middle of August is when I go back to college for our fall camp for football. So, I'm kind of leaning more towards the side of the Iowa school, and I've been in contact with them a lot more because the Chicago school hasn't been really talking to me. They talk to me here and there, but yeah. So it's about probably like the second week of August, third week in August. I'd be heading out over there.
Nice. Okay. Wow. And as far as schooling goes, what are you studying? What are you interested in doing?
Computer science.
Computer science. Wow. What area of it, or I guess what specific?
Computer science, and I guess branching off towards artificial intelligence.
Like robots?
Well, it can be robots, but it can be other stuff too. I mean, I could sit here and talk all day about it if you want.
I mean, we
don't
have
a problem.
we have a little bit of time.
Well, artificial intelligence of what I want to do is create a program that this is what I thought about right before I went to college. I was like, I want to create a program that can help solve world problems morally. Like they created something similar to it before, like back they asked the artificial intelligence how to solve world hunger, but it said just kill all the hungry people, But I want to create something that will be like, not only will it help solve the problem with for people that are starving and stuff like that. It'll also create more jobs for farmers who can sit there and grow more foods, all this kind of stuff.
Sure.
Like that will invest more into every single thing.
So artificial intelligence with a moral compass.
Pretty much.
That's a noble cause. It's a huge undertaking. So I'd be interested to see how that plays out. So going back to the conversation about live streaming. So you've been doing it for 4 months, and when you got started, did you know anyone on the platform?
Absolutely not.
No one. Did you start doing live streams first, or did you go live immediately?
I went live immediately. I'm not lying. I didn't watch anybody. I was like, I don't know. I don't know who these people are. I'm just gonna go live.
Okay. So you hit go live. Then what happened?
I set my phone up. Didn't even have a ring light or anything.
Okay.
Went live. Sat there with my 10 people, just talking to myself pretty much half the time because nobody was in there. I was like, wow, I'm really entertaining to myself. Might as well wait till there's more people in here. I could be more entertaining to other people.
Sure. Why did you stick with it? Because you said that you had come from extremely active live streams into having not as much activity. So why did you want to stick with it?
Yeah, because I guess like a month and like a week in, like not a month, a week and a half in, I had more people interact with, and like I don't know, I just found it way more fun than TikTok, and plus I don't know, it's just like it's a different type of people. TikTok's more of like a younger crowd, and I couldn't I'm like, man, I'm talking to kids. I hate this. It's so annoying. And then I moved to here, and actually people I could relate to and talk about other stuff, you know?
Yeah. Relatability, not that you hate kids. Just to clarify, right? Or maybe you do. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, on record, he's on record's sake.
I did not say that.
Let's talk about where it developed. So you end up finding friends on here. Can you talk to us a little bit about that path and how the people
So I guess, like I said, a week and a half is where I met Mike. Pretty much, I was introduced to him by a girl named Bronwyn who came through. That, you know, and then they were guess I was battling them, or they're in my date box or something, and then Mike and her were just sitting in the car, and then she started showing Mike my TikTok. I was like, oh boy, this guy's gonna think I'm weird or something. I hope he doesn't. They just kept watching it, and then she put him on to go live. And all we ever did was just start we would battle like 15, 20 times. We only had us two to talk to, pretty much because we were just starting. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, like we just became really good friends through here.
Nice. Do you think that it was because you both were in the same place, kind of learning the same things at the same time? Just the relatability thing really kicked that off?
No, yeah, and then plus we like when we would battle, we would just talk to each other. Wouldn't even read the chat, just about anything and everything, just the whole entire time.
Yeah, a true bromance that fully blossomed because despite despite the state of the world, you made the leap. And you met your best friend. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about how that decision was made?
I don't think it's a decision that's made. I think it just happened naturally, if anything. Like, we just always battled with each other. And we realized, oh, man, we should probably stop battling each other so much because people are going to probably get annoyed of us talking to each other the whole time about just anything. And, no, but then the first time we met, was in Florida. We planned a trip out, actually. It was about 2 months ago. We planned a trip out like the end of May, beginning of June. We met up for the first time, and then it was just me and him the whole time. Like, we really like just kicked it off in person and stuff. And then obviously, you know, the next time I met him, I flew out to Michigan within a day. I literally flew out within a day. I was like, Mike, I'm just gonna buy a plane ticket and just come. He's like, bro, full send to do it. And I did. I just bought a plane ticket and I was there, spent a week and a half pretty much there, just chilling. And then, I was also planning to come see Choff too.
Which happened. And
yeah, I know.
There were other people there too, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, it was really cool. I had the opportunity to meet you, Mike. Well, I guess we can just talk about you two since you would two.
Nobody else matters right now.
No. Well, you two are both in the show today, so it's like
this is our show.
There was plenty of people. There was plenty of people there at the concert. It was a pleasure to meet all of you and get to hang out. What would you say, like, if you were to talk to yourself 5 months ago and say, you're going to start traveling around the country to go hang out with this guy that's going to be like your best friend now. What would you like? How do you wrap your head around that?
I would first ask myself, where did you get the money for all this? Because had negative funds in your account. I don't know how you were able to buy a plane ticket to go places.
Okay.
I don't even know. Like, I was in college, and all my pretty much friends from college left to go back home due to the whole coronavirus stuff. So everything was moved online. I was literally sat in my one dorm room by myself for hours and hours and hours. And it was like, this was the only sort of like entertainment. And just like, I didn't expect anything. Like, I did not expect to get to the place it did. Like, it was fully crazy how like all of it's just planned out since then. And all the adventures and all the people I met and everything just happened.
Yeah. Outside of, Mike, obviously you two are great friends. You've gone to meet each other.
Yeah.
But what has the community been like for you outside of just him? Do you feel like
it's been very positive. Like, I always say, like, my place is a place you can come, like my live and stuff, and it's always what it is, just somewhere like you could just chill and have fun. There's never like any drama stuff in my life, never any problems, never anything like that. Like, and it's so fun. And plus, the people in my comment stuff always interact with each other more than me. I just say I'm the face of my live while everybody talks to each other. I feel like I'm just there. They just talk to each other. I'm like wow, okay.
In the woods.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I equate it the same way many times. I say that I'm there facilitating a chat room. This is the chat room, and I'm helping to conduct it.
Exactly.
Okay. What is this whole hashtag Bry for Top thing? So how did this start?
What do you mean? What is exactly what it means? As soon as I hit, so the night that I was coming up on my 5,000 favorites, that's all I needed to left. It was one of the craziest nights. I had the biggest live, as in like I had 460K thousand diamond live. I had over 150 favorite because I had a lot of people out supporting me, just like sending blast out for me, all this stuff. And ever since then, I'm like, all right, guys, we're gonna create this hashtag. We're gonna make the meet me people annoyed that they see me everywhere. They see my hashtag everywhere. I don't want to annoy y'all, but and then more and more people started doing. I only did it the very first couple of days. The more people just started doing it, putting it in. I'm like, all right. And then I started saying, I feel like we're just a propaganda that we're forcing this and everything because everyone's live sees it, and they just have to put it in now because it's being pushed on them so hard.
Sure. What is the importance to you of having a top badge? Why is it something that you're pushing for and so excited about?
Oh, and like I stated when applying, like it's just like all the hard, because I know you'll probably ask, but like I'll say it again. I go live every single night from around 9 or 10 to like 5 or 6 in the morning. I just all the hard work I put in for this stuff. Like, it's not only that, like it's just it's not like the feeling of like, oh, I get it and that's it. It's more of like, I can just, once I'm here, I have a bigger platform to spread more of like what I'm doing and just like just put out an exciting vibe and just like put out positive everywhere. Positivity everywhere, And then plus I have a lot of ideas for my own shows if that ever happens. I need to get in contact with Jim B real quick. I have a few things. I'm just kidding.
The show stuff I don't know anything about.
Okay.
No, I don't. Okay. What would you say your stream is about? I mean, other than positivity. I mean, what is your stream about?
Well, my stream has jumped around a lot from when I first started. I'll say that. It used to be way crazier and wild when I first started. It slowed down, but like I would say my personality and attitude towards a lot of things hasn't changed. Like, I still bring out an exciting vibe, like personality towards things, and like it just makes people so interactive. And it's like I can always talk forever. Like, anyway, even if it's like one person there, I'll just create a conversation with them. Like, there's never a time where I feel like it's dull or boring,
Sure. No, I follow. Is there anything else that you're passionate about, like to do, that we wouldn't guess?
I I mean, I like reading.
Is it offensive if I say I wouldn't expect you to say that? What do you like to read?
Well, like one time I talked on my live, like I was it's like talking about Sun Tzu, The Art of War, and with a few people, like we were just talking about the philosophy on it. There was a lot of people getting bored of that because that's nothing that I guess they have heard about. But like me and a couple other people were just talking about it, and not only that, there's like I have so many books and stuff I like to read. I like really am into philosophy and stuff like that. I especially like to base my life around Stoicism, if you know what that is.
Explain for those who don't.
Stoicism it's hard to put Stoicism in words that makes more sense because Stoicism is pretty much putting a lot of negativity out in your life. So say like if like you have a family member that dies or something, instead of being so negative and down about them dying, celebrate more the life they had, like be happy for the life they had, and like think about the like learn and use a positive experience from it, like, and never let anyone like put you down. Like if there's someone hating on you or something, just be like you just don't let any of that kind of stuff like in a negative light. Like think about it in a more positive way.
Sure, it's a framing of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Because it just makes you more in a happy place than always feeling so anxious and worried about everybody and what they say or do.
Oh, excellent. Well, it sounds like, I mean, you're a happy-go-lucky, fun person with a lot of energy, so I think it's doing a lot of good for you.
I try.
There's an important thing coming up soon.
What? Oh, my birthday is Sunday.
Come on. It's like, come on.
I forgot about my own birthday.
Yeah, I mean, any special plans, things you'd like to plug for your birthday?
Well, me and my friend Mike and a few people, like you that you've know, but I'm just saying a few names out here. But we're planning on trying to go to Florida and stuff again, go to our roots. But it's just like we're not trying to go out there and catch the virus or anything. We're just going out there more to have a good time and spend a good time with each other, you know?
Yeah, I 100% follow. And if people, are you going to do a birthday live stream at all?
Oh yeah. I mean, I have to at this point. I go live every day.
Yeah. All right. When can people tune into that?
Oh boy. It'll probably be midday because I'm thinking I'm gonna be spending a nice nightlife out for our birthday. So it'll probably be like midday towards like almost going towards
I like it.
going towards the night, like like around 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Excellent. There's some static. Something.
Oh, you can't see me now. Yeah.
That's okay. And so, all right. Any last things you'd like to say, shout out, do before we wrap up today?
I mean, like shout out to all the people that like the little family I have in my life that always comes through every day. Just makes it so fun and makes me keep wanting to do it. Like I look forward to it every day just based on the people that always watch me and stuff like that. And shout out Mike next for being one of my closest friends I've met and always talk to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
I love it. All right. Well, if you have not favorited Bryson or Bry, make sure that you click the top here. He's a ton of fun. Stand-up guy, can say it from meeting him in person. Absolutely loved meeting him. Please go ahead and give him a favor right there. It's his birthday coming up. Brian, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's a pleasure.
All right, thank you, my man. I'll see you.
Definitely. All right. And on that note, thank you so much for the gifts. Shout out to everyone who's dropping. Kenny with that very special one. My name's Chris. Thank you so much for coming up to Suit It Up. We do this every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our next guest is the gentleman who was being referenced so much in our last conversation. They're inseparable, so much so that even when they come for an interview on the show, they've got to do it together. So here we go. We're going to bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, the other half of the mic. What's your combined name? We got to know. Woo!
It's hot, dude. Oh! It's hot.
Okay.
No, bro.
Like it's actually so hot in here. I'm not even
Isn't it sweaty though?
I'm a little bit sweaty right now. I'm not gonna lie. We made it though. We're here.
And I put you last, so you had to wear it this whole time, just sitting there.
Sitting here waiting, like, oh my god, I'm all like, dude, I'm like all wet. It looks like I have like my face is all shiny and everything like that. But before we start the interview, I literally just want to give a shout out to literally like everybody in the chat right now. Like this is insane. I'm really shaking about how many people are in here right now. It's crazy. Like I've never thought anything like this would ever happen. Like for real. Like this is honestly one of like my biggest like achievements so far on the app.
Stop! No.
It is. When I first started the app, so he already talked about Brownlin and how Brownlin was the one that introduced me to the app. You were friends with Brownlin at first. I can't even keep up with the chat. Oh my god.
That's
so fast. I know. Sorry, there's a lot going on right now. But when Brownlin first introduced me to the app, she actually introduced me to your stream and told me about the interview you do. And I was like, dude, I want to do that right now. Like, let's go.
Tell the story.
I'll put a suit on right now and go. Like, you know, I didn't know it's such a big deal to get on the app. But like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Let me tell this story. I was planning to tell it, but since you teed it up, I'm just gonna immediately jump into the story. So,
all right, go for it.
Mike over here, I love him now, but it's his first week on the app or something, and he gets my Snapchat, and I get the Snapchat and says, "Hey, my name's Mike, and I hear you do a show. When are you putting me on?" and
When are you putting me on?
And I remember reading. I was laying in my bed, sweaty, and I remember going, "Well, he's not doing it."
Oh,
but
like that's the thing is I didn't understand anything about the app when I first started, and I've never done a streaming app before this. I've never been out of my comfort zone like ever. You know, like this is the first time I've ever really stepped out of my comfort zone for everything.
Yeah.
For anything, like at all. But
well,
I don't know.
Let's put this in an order so it has a story to it because this is a lot of fun. We're having fun with it. So, Mike, will you, just like everyone else, will you please introduce yourself?
Yes, guys, I'm Ugly Mike. I've been on the app for 4 months. I've been streaming for 3 months. I love it. You know, like I love it.
Take a hair break first.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't stop playing with my hair. I'm going to stop touching it. I'm going to stop touching it. I'm going to stop touching it. No, it's because I have to look over here to see what it looks like. I can't see myself. And I have to come back over here.
I'm going to take a drink. And then...
just someone send a carpet or something to cover my face up, you know? Like, just like keep sending gifts to cover me up.
Just cover me with gifts, please, so that I'm not visible. That's
there you go.
A good strategy.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy.
It is a good strategy. But I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say. I'm so nervous right now, honestly.
Why? No, this is good.
I don't know. This is crazy. It's so
Mike,
fucking crazy.
We're talking. All right, here we go.
I know we are. I'm sorry.
Okay, so if
my
it helps,
face is getting all red.
You can just turn the comments off. Just click the screen.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's go.
There you go, man. Look, I can already see it settling away. You're good.
Yeah, no, we're chilling. If I just chill back here, we'll be good.
All right, perfect. All right, Mike. You've been on the show, or I'm sorry, you've been on the app for 4 months.
Yeah.
For 4 months.
And holy crap! This gift is so loud.
How were you introduced to it?
Like Brownlin, she's the one that introduced me to it. Literally, I like just texted her to hang out, and she came over and she was like watching people stream, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm live streaming." And then that's how I met Bryson because it was actually she was battling Bryson. So we started out in the car, our first battle ever. I was battling Bryson, and that's how we met. We literally sat there for like 30 minutes just talking and bromancing, you know? Yeah. And then after that, I just started streaming. Like, just like Bryson said, I just threw up my phone, not knowing anything, not knowing anybody, and just starting it and learning how to do it, getting better at it, making friends, making a family. And then also the amount of stories I have on the app, like, for example, I didn't even know Cassidy. I don't know if she's in here right now, but she's a top badge on the app. I went to high school with her. I didn't even know she was a streamer on the app, and she actually found me on the app, and like we hadn't talked in like 2 years, and she found me, and like we started becoming friends again because she's also on the app, and she helped me out and learn a lot too. And that was like that's also like the reason why like me and you know each other was because of her. You know, and Brownlin and literally everybody. You know, like I don't know, like What'd you say?
It's a Michigan crew.
It is a Michigan crew. It is a Michigan crew. I have a ton of friends in Michigan, but like there's also so many people all over that I'm friends with now, which is like I give it like all props to this app for literally making it happen. Like 100% props.
Well, let's put some framework around it because not everyone has the ability to get invested. Sometimes the app fills something that we're looking for or that can make us happier. So were you in a spot in your life where you're kind of bored or just like looking for friends?
Quarantine. I have an apartment by myself. So like I'm always by myself and like I need like people to talk to and like people like, and now since I've started streaming on this app, my house is never empty. I literally always have people over. Like, I don't know. I have 4 people over here right now. They're all in the stream commenting right now. Half of them are in my house right now. But like ever since like I've met so many people, that's like the number one thing. Like the number one thing is like all the support and the people on this app.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I live by myself, so that's why I started the app, was to meet people, talk to people, and just have a good time.
So we heard Bryson's side of you two meeting and you two becoming good friends. What's your perspective? Like you're talking, you're like, hey man, we talk all the time. Why don't we just hang out? How did that all play out for you?
Honestly, I wasn't expecting it at all, Like I was not expecting to become friends with someone across like when we met, he lived in Florida. He lives in South Carolina now. It doesn't make a difference. It's still across the world. I would never expect to meet someone across like they're not even just Bryson. I've met so many different streamers on this app already. Like, I've met Athena. I'm not even gonna start listing them off because there's a ton of them. But that's honestly, I like wouldn't have expected it 2 months ago, just like Bryson said, or 3 months or whatever it was. I would not have expected to meet anybody on this app ever.
Yeah.
And then also the fact that I also am planning on doing a tour. And I haven't talked to you about this yet, but once quarantine is over, I'm planning right now, like the Ugly Boys, all of us hopefully want to do a streaming tour across all 50 states and visit top streamers or any streamer at all who wants to come hang out and meet us, and we want to meet them. And like I also want to start up a brand, Ugly, and then I also want to we want to get a streaming house together, all of us, all Ugly Boys in Michigan. Maybe we might be coming to Grand Rapids to see you. Who knows? There might be a streaming house in Grand Rapids for you to visit. All right, and then we can have Chaw DJ at our house, and we can throw the banging parties. And you can invite all your girls from Grand Rapids over.
What girls from Grand Rapids? Who do you think?
What do you mean, what girls from Grand Rapids? There's tons.
That's the funniest part I've heard this entire interview.
Bro, what do you mean? I mean, come on. We know you got ladies out in Grand Rapids. We know, especially with those looks. Look at you. Come on.
You know what? You want to know who my number one lady is in Grand
stud.
Rapids? My number one lady is a man friend. His name's Shuff, and he is my bromance.
I know that. Yeah,
He's quickly
awesome.
become my Bryson to your Mike, involuntarily on his part.
Did you actually though set us up for that couple thing? Because we'll send you a picture if you did.
I don't know if you can actually win it. I mean, yeah, maybe. No, it's not.
Maybe. I mean, I'll send you a picture of us together. We might win it. I mean, we're a couple of the year, baby. Come on, Mike and Bryson, guys. Couple of the year.
Okay. Let's talk about the streaming house. Why do you want to have a streaming house? You've got big goals, Mike.
Because this is why. Because my apartment is a streaming house right now, and I want my own room and my own apartment. Because every single day, literally, I have 6 people over, and I don't get any fucking. I don't get any space to myself. Because
that's how frustrated you are.
I know, I'm so frustrated. I need to buy my own streaming house to have everybody over.
So
I think the concept would be really cool, honestly, just like a TikTok house, but like with a streaming house, the same concept, but with live. And then also the fact that like I want to make my streams entertaining as possible. Like I don't want any dull moments in my streams. And if we're all together, I mean, come on, I might be entertaining by myself, but like with other people and a big crew around you doing fun stuff, like that's like you can do so much more stuff with that, you know, other than just being by yourself. Especially if you have a giant house to do it in too.
I don't know if you've been to Grand Rapids, but it's nothing like LA, which is what you're describing. But
No. We're gonna make Grand Rapids we're gonna make Grand Rapids better than LA. You heard it here first, Chris Casper. Whatever today's date is, you heard it here first. Wednesday,
July 20.
July.
Yes.
Alexa, what's today's date?
It's
Whatever.
the 22nd.
Today.
All right, Alexa, what is today? Okay. Okay, Mike, let's talk a little bit about where you've gotten with your streaming, okay? Get this man some water. All right, this is
I got people give me stuff.
they see you on camera. They're like, he's sweating. Get him. He's gonna.
They're all like on the other side of the room hiding from me right now. I don't even know where they're at.
Are you? So you are in a miniature stream house right now. But what does? So obviously you're going for a top badge then, because if you're gonna make a stab at a streaming house, you want to do the top badge thing. So why is this all so important to you?
Honestly, I've actually already created my own business. I've already been in the business. I've gone to school for 2 years for my business degree. I've already started my own business and my own clothing apparel right here. I will show you right now. So I actually started, this is my sweatshirt. This is my design. It's not actually, you see it?
Slow media.
So I started Slow Media, exactly. So I actually started a business before and with other friends because I'm a big car guy. So that's like what I love to do. I love to work on cars. I have 4 cars. I love to race. I love to drag race. I love to just go 160 down the highway. But like other than that, I'm a really big photographer. I love taking pictures of my cars. I love all of that. So I honestly want to build a brand around all of that. So that way I can, I don't know, like just spread what I like, you know, because this is my hobby, you know, and I want to share it with everybody. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm moving away from cars and I'm moving towards streaming and I'm moving towards the Ugly Boys. I'm building a family, you know, right here. And I want like everybody to be a part of it. Like, I mean, you already see all the Ugly Boys in the chat. Like everybody go favorite them if you haven't already, because honestly, we're all like entertaining. Not going to toot my own horn, but we're, I just feel like it's just going to be really good for all of us.
Go ahead and just come up with the next question. I think you got this.
Wait, you want me to interview you?
No. No, this is best case.
I think you forget that I can just talk forever, like literally about anything.
It's all right.
So,
right now, I feel like I'm what your mirror sees every day. Just every day, just some sort of like.
Dude, I can't stop looking at my hair without not liking it.
That's
that. No, it's like the fact like I don't know, like my hair's so curly, it just doesn't do what I want it to do, so I always touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
right.
guys. I'm sorry. If you watch my live streams, you know everybody knows that I can't stop touching my hair, and everybody knows I can't stop touching my hair. It's hard.
When do you go live? So if people want to have more of this, when can people get to?
Every day I go live. Every day, and usually towards the end of the night. So like after this would honestly be like my normal streaming time because I'm a crackhead. I can't stop. I can't stop touching myself. This is so hard. And I'm normally the one that usually live streams. It's like it's because I haven't live streamed today. That's why I haven't gone live today, so I haven't gotten used to what I look like today.
Ah, I see.
That's why I gotta get used to what I look like.
You gotta break the look. You gotta break the look in. Okay.
Plus, I've never live streamed in a tuxedo, so I'm also extremely hot right now. And I've never been on a giant show on Meet Me, so I'm also extremely nervous right now.
No, you're doing fantastic, man. This is much. You're making it much more than it really is, except for you think you are. You're as big as you want to be. Yeah.
And no, you're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right.
So, Mike, is there anything else that you'd like the people to know about? Anything that you'd like the people to know about you? Anything that's important that you're passionate about before we start?
So I wanted to say that I love all of you guys, obviously. And thank you for all the cars in the chat. But other than cars, I also am a really big snowboarder. I've been on a team since I was 14 years old. So I actually varsity'd my freshman year on my snowboarding team, and I've been an extremely big snowboarder for like the last 16 years of my life, probably. I've started one ever since I could walk, snowboarding, and then I also like to longboard, surf. I'm a really big surfer too. But then, other than that, I just love to hang out with friends and just have a good time. I just have a good personality, and I love meeting people and talking to people.
I love it. All right, Mike, I've had a great time talking with you. I look forward to all your successes and seeing more of the infamous Bryce and Mike battles.
Hopefully you see him more.
If you have not favorited Mike, please give him a favorite right there at the top. Just give him a top. He's trying to close in on his 5,000 favorites so that he can have
Getting there.
You're getting there. You're getting there. All right.
It's a slow grind.
Well, you did an excellent job, man. So thank you so much for coming on the show, dude. It was fantastic.
No problem. Do I exit out or do you exit out?
I got you. All right. Bye, man.
Okay. Peace out, guys.
Bye. He did a great job. I liked that. That was great. All right, everyone. That's it. That's the show. Don't forget, real-time contests start this weekend. The shoe contest starts this weekend. If you want to hear more about these things, make sure you tune in Friday at 3 p.m. I forget the time of the only thing that I do. Friday, 3 p.m. I will be going over the battle games. I'll be going over the shoes. I'll be going over real-time contests again. I'll be announcing new top badges. So, everyone, I will see you then. Otherwise, you can catch me on the normal live stream, all right? Much love. Much love. And I look forward to see you all again soon, all right? Talk to you later. Goodbye.